Electricity. They did not have electricity, and also it was extremely dark whenever you walked in here, because the only light you had was that window and this window right here. The post office, the cabinet was right over there in that corner. Mary Ann or Nettie, or no, I don't recall Becky ever picking up the mail, would go over there to look to see if we had any mail. We didn't come by the post office every day, because schools, when we were schools up here, if there was order from Sears Roebuck, we would come by every day to look for the order. And normally 3 to 5 days, the order showed up. So it was a very dark place. Mary Ann died, the first one, and John died, John Grizzle. I remember him laying right here, not in this bed though, this is my mother's old bed, laying right here unconscious for about 3 days. He had a stroke and died.
Could his name have been Juan, J-U-A-N? But it was John, J-O-H?
John.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, in our family, it's Joanne,
Yeah.
not Juan.
Normal pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was his dad Eli? Was Eli his father?
No.
It wasn't.
No, I can't tell you who, but I did used to know.
Okay. Because
Did Eli have brothers and sisters?
well, no, Eli did, but it's hard to trace him down. But the way we found where Eli was buried is, I believe I went to his funeral. Did you go to his funeral?
No. I went to one of the Counters funeral in 1935. That's the earliest I can remember. Someone that walking a relative. And this part was cut open here to fit somebody. Well, I let people live here for several years that didn't charge them no rent at all. And they cut a hole in the back bedroom and cut a hole right here so they'd come directly from the bedroom to this bedroom here. Room set right here. A great big fireplace here. Big fireplace, not as big as this one here. Over that's the first end of that building. And 1967 in Texas, I received a call that we are tearing down the old post office building. He said, I don't think that we're supposed to be tearing it down. And I used some words I probably shouldn't have used, and I said, no, you shouldn't be tearing it down, and I don't want you to touch another stick in that old house. So they removed part of that building, tore it off, they tore the walls off, they were trying to get lumber. They cut these joists out. They've taken all the joists except 2. They left them laying on the floor here. The board you see up there, that basket sitting on, is 5-quarter board. That was what was the overhead of the post office here, building at that particular time. Now, if you'll notice, there's lots of some round peg, but here there's square peg, square peg, square peg, square peg, tying something together. Those 2x5, 2x4, they're not exactly 2x4, they're probably a 3x4, a 3x5. They were, I'm going to call it tongue and groove, a whole cut. They was cut to fix, and then a peg was put in to hold it in place. Square nails on this building, round pegs to put it together, and that building over there was all round nails. So it indicates that it improved the building up to 10 years. I'm going to say 10 years, I don't know. And the place is haunted, so be careful here.
Oh, who's still living here that shouldn't be here?
This is not part of your history, Dick. I think I told you about sitting out here watching Roma beans about 5 or 6 years ago, and all of a sudden, at the end, and then the water began to fall down like this, and it rolled over. I had water in my hand, and why in the world I looked at my hand to see if there's water. But that was the first thing I looked to see what happened here. Then I run out looking for a cat, see if they turned something over. And then I saw no cat up there. I run in here to see if the cat had went through and come up here. No, all that water fell. Okay. I figured our grandson had balloons filled with water and carried up that. I go up there. There's no sign at all of any balloons or whatnot. There's no sign of water. It was in July. We had a very dry month. So far, this building don't leak. But there's water pouring out and just rolled over in each direction.
What was it rolling over?
Well, instead of falling down and splattered, it fell down and just rolled Oh,
It was like it was going over something that wasn't there.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And then
Never heard
I
this story.
had another experience about 3 weeks later. There was a stick, and I got the stick on the stick. It's a board hanging on the wall over here. Tom got the water hose and broke it off. I was washing beans again, and I looked there, and the stick was sticking right in the ground. Now, how in the world did that get there? Oh, well, I got my step ladder again and went and looked here, right on this far end here. Here is the pattern of the stick. No pine leaves at all, but the pine leaves around here had not been moved. And that stick somehow got out that hole over here, 4 inches, boom, and in the ground. I think the Lord was trying to show me something, Dick, and I haven't called on it.
Did you get the message?
No, I didn't get the message that there's nothing impossible with God.
That's true.
Okay, any questions?
Well, I'd like for you to tell them a story. I don't know whether that's the foot locker or not. About mailing the foot locker from Panama
Oh,
to Baxter, Georgia.
That looks like an old Army foot locker.
That is Army.
I was in the Army.
You were in the Army?
Yeah, I spent 31 years in the Army. I was stationed in Panama, and I had my first wife at that particular time, and had a big surprise whenever she got married the 15th of December 45. I had to leave here the first day, well, the last day of December 45, and then before I got to New Orleans, we're in year what? 46. So I went back to Panama, and then we stayed down there 18, 20 months or something like that, and then I shipped had to be certain size and also not over 70 pounds. And I shipped for $1.
Oh, I see a foot locker there, huh?
Yeah, that's it. You mailed it back here.
Right there, I still got some junk inside of it. For $1, it went to New York City and came down by a train, bus, wagon, so forth and so on, and probably came here by buggy in 1947.
Is that the address that it was shipped?
Yeah.
Is that the
I
whole address?
That's Baxter, Georgia. Yeah.
No,
This is
no zip code at all.
Oh, no, the zips came a long time later. But I thought that's fascinating.
I spent 26 years in the Navy, and I was on an LST that was the emergency evacuation ship for Panama back when the Panamanian government was trying to take it back away from the United States before we ever actually gave it to them. And we were at Rodman on the Pacific side over there. We go through the canal.
What year was that?
Yeah, that was in 60, let's see, I went to the 68, 69. Yeah, 1968,
Yeah,
69.
that was you in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, yeah.